So when you were in London, you
Yeah,
also became involved in a jazz and pop, yes? And you were in,
yeah, yeah.
then were in a band called Jawbone.
Yes, so you notice the first three letters of that?
Sure.
Jaw.
Yeah, which is
John
John Anthony Watson.
Watson.
John
Okay.
Anthony Watson. So, yeah, so when I got to 18, I got into the Royal Northern College of Music full time, but I also got into the Guildhall School of Music down south, well, where we are now, and I wasn't sure what to do. I thought, well, I know the North. I'll be nearer to my parents. You know, what shall I do? So I asked one of the professors up in Manchester, and he said, if you got in London, you go to London. He said, that's where you'll make your name, not up here. So I came down to the Guildhall, and at the time, Guildhall School of Music and Drama. It was brilliant because the musicians were able to work with the actors. You know, I performed and played in several shows, which was great experience. But also, they were still of an attitude that pop and jazz was the chappies doing their poppy thing. Let them have their fun. And so we started this jazz and pop society, and when we did recitals, they were the most attended recitals at Guildhall. And it was a bit like, if you remember Earth, Wind and Fire. So you had all the brass and the, guitar and drums, percussion, singers and what have you. I was on keyboards. The drummer was a guy who's still a very good friend of mine called Mike Lindup, who went on to be in a great 80s band called Level 42. And the others, they're all still professionals. They're either directors of West End shows and what have you. And that was good. And we were trying to think of a name for the band. And because we had the brass, I thought, trombone, what would work. And then I thought, JAW, those are my initials, Jaw Bone.
Brilliant. Yeah.
And, they all went for it. They all went for it. So I named the band after myself, and they all went for it. But it was, it's funny how things turned around, because a couple of years after I left Guildhall, they actually started a jazz course. And then I got the phone call, can you bring your trio to be the backing band while we do auditions? Like when a sax player comes in, he's got a trio to play with and everything like that. And can you come and do a few master classes? Which, of course, I did. But I thought, isn't it ironic? They were so patronizing a few years ago. And now it's the best thing since sliced bread, So that's how I really started. Yeah.
Okay.